So there's a buddy of mine. We'll call him Steve, because that's his name.
Yeah.
And him and his now wife, Karen, he just recently got married. They met each other when they were younger and waited until they're in their late 20s. Decided to save themselves for marriage. Just because that's their beliefs.
Right.
So when he comes back, I ask him how the honeymoon was, and I could tell something was wrong. And I was like, everything okay, buddy? He goes, yeah, well. He said, our first night alone was not what I expected. I said, well, what happened? Well, not to kiss and tell, but the first word she said after we were done was, it's okay, honey. Size doesn't matter. And I looked at her and sighed and said, I know, Karen. I just wish you didn't have a penis at all.
Wow. Wow.
I'm kidding. I saw a meme. I stole that from a meme.
That's going right up front.
Before
Before we start the show.
Made it a story.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
It is hot.
It is. We got
Fuego.
We got a heat wave.
Dun, 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 dun,
We got a
dun.
heat wave. Yeah, it is.
It's a scorcher, man.
It is. There's a blast oven outside.
Yeah, I played 36 holes of golf on Tuesday, which was a mistake. And then Thursday night we had our league, and the course was scorched. Fairway was dry, kind of muddy where they've been running the sprinklers trying to keep it moist.
Yeah, people love that word.
I know. I like to emphasize it.
Moist.
Moist.
Moister. Anyway.
It's like one of those ASMR videos or something.
God,
Those things are creepy.
I hate those things.
Oh, I watched one and like grossed me out.
They're disgusting.
I hate the sound of like people chewing or something, or like when their mouth's dry and they talk and you hear all the.
I hate lip smacking.
Oh, it drives me nuts. As we both about to take a drink.
I know.
It's like, I am parched.
I hate lip smacking. It's disgusting. But,
Today we are drinking coffee and water.
yeah, I got my unicorn mug.
I love
coffee.
that mug so much.
This mug's amazing.
It is. It is my favorite mug, probably in the whole world.
I'll have to post a picture of it.
You should. It's beautiful.
I love it. It's actually Lexi's. She
Nope.
got it for Christmas. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be taking that from
Mine
her.
now.
It's mine now.
You drink your coffee black?
Yep.
Yes. So do I.
Yeah. You shouldn't be putting anything in coffee.
The way the good Lord intended. If God wanted coffee made in it, he would have made it grow on trees.
When you go to Starbucks and they're like, do you want me to leave room for cream? Like, no. You leave room for more black coffee.
Yeah. Can I get coffee with my coffee?
But I don't like going to Starbucks.
No, I don't either.
It's disgusting.
It's all the frilly drinks. That's why people go. It's kind of the culture.
Well, even their black coffee,
Yeah.
it's bitter. It's bitter and
Yeah.
it's over.
They have all those different kinds. They have like the blonde roast and the dark
That's
roast.
usually what I end up getting is the blonde roast because it's not as strong as
Yeah, their dark roast is
it's
nasty.
super. It's
Yeah.
it's like they brewed it the night before and then let it sit overnight and then just burnt the coffee. It's
You
disgusting.
know, like really like higher end, if this makes any sense, truck stops, like the cleaner ones that keep on top of stuff and keep stuff fresh.
They have good coffee.
They have great coffee.
Yeah.
I'll go to a nice, clean looking truck stop, and 9 times out of 10, you see somebody working on or around the coffee area, cleaning it up or changing out,
Changing
grounds,
filters and
getting rid of
grounds,
old
yeah.
coffee. I love seeing coffee get dumped out because as much as I hate waste, I know they've done that because it's been there so long, it's just bad.
Right.
And they don't want to sell a bad product. But yeah, it's hot out today. I left a little later than I wanted to, but I walk out and I hear this little girl scream from down the road, and I couldn't hear a couple houses down from me. As I park in the street in front of our place usually, and I didn't know, I have 2 boys, I don't have girls,
Right.
so I turn around and this dog comes around straight towards me, Not big dog.
And it leaps into your arms.
Little puppy. She tried. Cutest freaking little whatever it was. It was like a brown and white, awesome looking puppy. And that puppy tried to get in the van with me, like ran out into the road, and the cars were coming. So I'm like grabbing the puppy, trying to, and yeah, so I had to.
And little girl comes over and she goes, "Thanks for saving my dog." And you're like,
well,
"Child, this is like, my dog now. Finders keepers. Get out."
Yeah, I definitely don't need a dog right now. Even though I love dogs, I'd love to have one, but
out.
No, I just don't have time. I don't. Here's the thing: I don't want to bring an animal to my house and not be able to give it attention.
The attention, and
you know,
right.
I've got a 5-year-old and a 9-month-old, and with the foraging, the music, I just don't have time. Love dogs. I want another shepherd.
Yeah, as Diesel's laying over there on a bed with pillows and blankets.
All fluffed up.
He's
but
so
yeah,
lazy.
She was like, "It's not even my dog, it's my aunt's. Thank you so much," and all that. So that was how I started.
Nice.
Yesterday was fun, though. I went to a new restaurant called Bravo.
Been there.
The Italian bistro, whatever.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I think the last time I was there, it's been years and years since the last time I was there. I don't remember if I liked it or not.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. Quality food, great service, phenomenal service.
Was that the one up on North High?
This is by Lennox.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we went to AMC there and saw the new Lion King. The CGI, whatever, remake.
Yeah, the in real life version.
Yeah. As I about choke right in the mic. All this water is getting to me. Yeah, the in real life version of Lion King. I went in. We went with my aunt and uncle with GW. You know GW,
right?
And Krista, and then we took the boys.
He was in the Disney fight video,
and yeah, I forgot about that. He was, but yeah, I went into it going, okay, like I saw Lion King when I was 12 or whatever when it first came out, or 11, and I think it's one of, if not the greatest Disney movie ever made. But I know the storyline. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid.
Right.
They threw in just enough new lines, like jokes, that the adults in the movie theater were laughing.
Okay.
And it was really, really good CGI. Like, it got to the point where I found myself, even though I know what happens and I know the ending, I found myself getting caught up in the story and forgetting they're not real lions and hyenas talking. So, it was a good movie. I give it 4 out of 5 donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not mad that I paid to see it.
I'm hesitant because they're starting to do, they're taking all of the classic, like Lion King, Little Mermaid, Aladdin,
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, and they're doing the real life versions of them.
Right.
And then they're not, I don't know, in my opinion, I don't know that they're going to be as good as the cartoon was, or as I remember the cartoon being.
Yeah, you have that nostalgic.
But part of the problem is like, so with Aladdin, now I did not see the in real life Aladdin, the new one, but in the cartoon version, I'm blanking on the princess's name.
Jasmine,
that's it. So all she wore was basically a sports bra and pants.
Yeah, the big old
throughout
MC
the whole
Hammer
cartoon.
pants.
Yeah, the traditional Arabian garb.
Right.
But in the
not when she dressed up to sneak out though.
Well, not when she wore a shawl and the whole like cape and everything. But throughout, she wore basically a halter top and pants. In the movie, she is completely covered. There are not that it matters, but there's no navel scenes. But Jafar is not as good as.
So your big qualm on this is you can't see Jasmine's belly button. That's why you don't want to see it.
Right.
Because when you were a kid, I went, hello. How you doing?
How you doing, belly button? No, but even Jafar isn't as good as the cartoon. Like when you just watch the previews, it's not.
I don't think I saw a preview.
I watched the trailer a couple times.
Trailer I did see yesterday was Top Gun.
Top Gun 2.
It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And apparently, allegedly, it was delayed a year because Tom Cruise, as psychotic as he is, wanted to learn to fly himself. So props for that.
He's a nut job.
Agreed. But I mean, there's like method actors that go to the extreme. It's pretty intense flying a jet. Now, I don't think he will do all the crazy fighter scene stuff, obviously. Like, that's going to be a lot of CGI or other pilots.
Right.
But it's pretty cool for an actor to go, no, I want to do this.
Well, he does all his own stunts for the most part, too. I mean, everything that he wants to do in those movies, he does himself.
He doesn't age either. He's got that Scientology witchology or something.
It's because he pays them a lot of money to not age.
It's weird.
But, yeah, I hope they bring Goose back.
He's not dead.
He hit a
couple decades later. He's fine. Oh, it's been a few decades.
It has been.
Oh, we're
old. So which joke do we go with? There was a bird strike in Top Gun 1, or a bird hit a windshield.
A chicken hit a windshield.
So
the world's highest flying chicken,
a goose. Anyway,
but back to speaking of coffee, I got a question.
Yeah.
How millennial are you?
Hopefully very little.
So here's a list. You get a point for every food or drink you've consumed.
Okay.
I've taken this. I thought I was 3. My wife posted this. I said, I'm 3, and I'll explain as we go the 3 I was.
All right.
But apparently I scored a 5 because she's fed me things when she's cooked dinners I didn't know I had. So, first one, and I'll just have you keep a tally.
I'm ready to go.
Got the pen. Avocado toast.
Never had it.
Me either. Charcoal water.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Have you had it?
No, I don't know what it is.
Well, then
no.
A rainbow bagel.
Nope.
Unicorn frap.
I did have one of those.
Oh, there's one.
That was as a joke.
Cronut.
No. I've been told I need to have one of those.
I have too.
But I've never had one.
Yep, same. I said cronut. It's too early. Black ice cream.
Nope.
Cloud eggs.
Nope.
Don't even know what that is.
Never heard. I know what a cloud is. I know what an egg is.
Right.
I assume it's fluffy.
The cloud eggs
white.
are from those chickens that fly up where the airplanes are.
Right.
They drop them, you go harvest them, and then you cook them.
I assume it's fluffy egg whites.
Makes sense. Quinoa. Am I saying that right?
No.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. It's
quinoa.
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 I've had that, but that's not a millennial thing.
Well, you got to take a point.
I know. That was more for the paleo thing.
A lot of this that I saw fills both those paleo, and then they're saying that the millennials are eating it to be like different. Pumpkin spice latte.
No.
Kombucha.
No.
Matcha anything? M-A-T-C-H-A?
No.
I can't even pronounce half.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Poke?
That's sushi bowl. Yes.
Oh,
I've had that.
I didn't. LaCroix. L.A. Crocs.
Yeah.
So far, I took a sip of LaCroix because I know a bunch of millennial hipsters that drink it.
LaCroix is gross.
I took a sip and I threw it away and they got mad at me and I did not care. It tasted like TV static.
Yeah, it's not good. Like
it was awful.
I like seltzer water.
Seltzer water I don't like, but it's better than LaCroix.
It's better than LaCroix. Ugh. LaCroix is awful. Jenna Fisher, LaCroix is awful. It sucks. Prove me wrong.
It's garbage. Oh, and I forgot to say, I did take a sip of a pumpkin spice latte one time, but it wasn't mine. I did take a sip though, so that's
I refuse to eat, drink, or consume anything pumpkin spice latte.
Next one. Turmeric latte.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Acai bowls.
No.
Overnight oats.
No,
I don't
never
even know
done
what that
it.
is.
It's oatmeal.
Overnight oats is like when you have a one night stand with a Quaker and he gets up early in the morning, or she,
and
makes you oatmeal.
Oh.
For breakfast. You got your overnight oats. And leaves.
No, it's oatmeal you make the night before and put it in the fridge.
That's just oatmeal then.
Yes and no.
Well, if you make oatmeal and you put in the fridge, it's just oatmeal that you put in the fridge.
It doesn't, there's something in it. It's
weird.
stupid.
Ramen burger.
No.
I've had ramen noodles.
I think they use the noodles as the bun.
Like the bun?
Yeah.
How? Just got a noodle bun just slipping and slopping all over my beard.
Yeah.
Getting my beard all moist. Oh. Mermaid toast.
Nope. Don't even know what that is. We're gonna have to look some of this crap up now.
I have to Google this. I'm saying I'm not millennial, but I can't even. I'm almost baby boomer reading this list because I don't know what these are.
Yeah, what the mermaid toast?
Sushi burrito.
Never had. Sounds great, but no.
I'd try it.
I'd eat it.
Rolled ice cream.
Not yet, but I would. But that's no different than Cold Stone Creamery.
Right, I know.
That's all that is. That's not a millennial thing.
It's like a kitschy thing. That's probably why it's on this list.
I know it's coming back.
Is it?
Because there's one up in Pickerington.
Because I know, like, where they're spread it real thin, then scrape it, it rolls up.
That's all it is. But that's all Cold Stone Creamery basically does, is they just take and they just chop everything up and mix it together, and then they just scoop it and toss it in a bowl.
What about oat milk? How do you milk an oat? I put milk in my oats.
I don't
to make oatmeal.
Really eat oatmeal, so I wouldn't
same day oatmeal.
Drink oat milk. That's a no.
Rosé.
It's a wine.
It just says rosé.
But I've had it.
I think there's an accent over the E, and it's not just a spot on my screen.
No, it's rosé.
Rose. Just eat roses out there like a bunch of goats in the garden.
It's rosé, but it's wine. Like, how's that a millennial thing?
I'm just reading a list.
I know. But
it's a meme.
This stupid list.
Oh, they're all stupid. We hate everything. Bone broth.
Nope.
That's one Beth said I have had. I didn't know I had it. I know she saves like ham bones and crap. It makes broth. Didn't know that was a millennial thing.
I didn't either. A lot of these are bone broth is that dietitians will offer up bone broth for different ailments.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, I'll offer up bone broth.
Prescribe you an overnight bone broth. An Impossible Burger.
No, I won't eat those. They're vegetarian.
I refuse. Tofu burger type crap.
Nope.
Here's another one that paleo crosses over, and this is why I've had it. Almond butter.
Yeah, I've had almond butter.
Love almond butter.
Almond butter is amazing.
Green juice.
No.
I don't know what that means. Like the Bolthouse Farms green juice I've had when I was like losing all the weight.
It's probably like...
If that's what it means, I've had that, but...
It's probably like athletic greens or like green mix, like powdered greens that you mix with water and shake up. But yeah. I haven't had, I looked into it, but I haven't had any yet.
Cauliflower rice.
Yeah, that was a paleo thing though.
I never had that.
I had that.
Boba.
What? No.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is. Boba Fett.
I know Rocky Balboa.
Boba?
No.
Rocky Balboa.
Balboa.
It's the Bollywood version.
Yeah.
Two more. Bulletproof coffee.
Yes, love bulletproof coffee.
Don't know what that is.
It's coffee with butter and MCT oil. You put it in a blender.
MCT oil is.
It's like coconut oil.
Sounds like it just grease up your coffee and 2 lubricants, man. Your beehole is just going to be shooting stuff out of it.
You will shit your pants if you put too much in.
Sounds terrible.
But
butter and grease.
I will make some. I'll take some coffee, a pat of butter, and a scoop of some coconut oil, and then maybe like half a scoop of chocolate protein.
Oh my gosh!
Throw it in a blender.
Now it's going to smell awful too.
Nah, throw it in a blender and have that.
It sounds terrible. I'm not
it's
gonna
good.
lie.
It's actually really good.
It's 3 lubricants you're mixing like petroleum jelly, KY jelly, and canola oil, and just down the hatch.
Yeah,
just lubing up your insides.
Well, it's for when I go to Taco Bell later.
Like you need help. You might as well just eat it on the toilet because it ain't stopping. You're going to set a land speed record in your small intestine.
Well, I'm going to try.
Last one, waffle sandwich.
No. Sounds
what that is. That's one where they use the waffle for the buns, right?
I would assume.
So how many did you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Wow. You are, so if you scored 1 to 5, canceled, you are not a millennial. Really? I fall in that range. 6 to 10, you basic.
Well, I'm basic. I already know I'm basic.
But that's actually good here because 11 to 15 is almost millennial. Ugh. So it's still saying you're not. You're just basic. And then 16 plus, millennial goals.
Yeah, fuck them people.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what most of this is. I feel like that alone bars me from being a millennial.
Yeah, I wrote down zeros for everyone that I didn't know.
Oh yeah, how many of those did you have?
It looks like code. It's like 001001100110011001100110011. There's a lot of binary.
I don't know what that means. I
think it just says hello.
Get into it. I was about to get into how I used to take computer programming and all this, and I don't care.
Anyway, let's do some news.
Let's do news. Right. It's time for the news.
So,
you like that?
Okay. So a gentleman was pulled over recently.
Yeah. Oh, he
looks great. He looks.
Tim Allen's mugshot. You ever see that one where he got pulled over in Michigan for drunk driving?
Yeah.
It looks like the meth version of that.
Before I put this up on the screen for you, I should have said. I should have asked you where you thought this was at, where this happened at.
Okay, I've only looked at the guy's picture. I've not read a thing.
All right. So
I will stare at you and your lovingly blue eyes. Lovingly.
What state do you think this happened in?
Okay. Are we just going by the headline?
Just by the headline. Radioactive uranium, live rattlesnake, whiskey, and gun found during traffic stop. That's the headline.
Florida. It's got to be Florida.
Right. You would think.
Yeah.
No.
Where was it?
Oklahoma.
What?
Yeah.
Where the wind goes sweeping gently across the plain or whatever?
Right here. Things you can find in a stolen car. A gun, open container of booze, a live rattlesnake, and a canister of radioactive powdered uranium.
All that sounds fine until the uranium.
Right. It all happened in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And the police are still trying to figure it out.
What are they trying to figure out?
Probably how he got the uranium.
A gun in Oklahoma is not shocking. Open container of booze is not shocking. It's not good.
No.
A live rattlesnake? Was it in a cage or not? Like, was somebody transporting a pet? You know what I'm saying? That, of course, who has a rattlesnake for a pet? That's not a common type of snake.
He could be part of the one, like, religious sect where they hold snakes and speak in tongues and blah, 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 blah.
But uranium.
The uranium, I think, is what they're trying to figure out because that is highly illegal.
You can't just go grab that at Walmart. Everything else there you can.
He's Doc Brown. From Back to the Future, he's trying to go 88 miles an hour.
He looks like Doc White Trash, is what he looks like.
He looks amazing. His name's Stephen Jennings. He's being charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, transporting an open container of liquor, operating a vehicle with a suspended license, and failure to carry a security verification form. I assume that's for the uranium.
He is 6'6" and looks like he's about 3 meths away from looking like the crypt keeper.
He is enormous and methed out. This is good. Oh, the snake was in a terrarium. Shocked to find a terrarium in the backseat housing a timber rattlesnake.
Oh, there you go. He's just taking his pet out for a drive.
Yeah, he's like, Oscar just wanted to go, for a ride.
Yeah. So really, the gun, the open container of booze is concerning. Now, was he drunk, or was he just taking a bottle of booze somebody gave him home?
Oh, so
had he been drinking it?
So hold on, there's more to the story. Then, as officers learned the car had been reported stolen, he found the canister of uranium in the back. So the canister of uranium may not have been his. It may have been in the car that he stole.
What if none of it was his, and he just stole the wrong car? Totally stone sober, just need to steal a car for whatever heist he was trying to pull to get home because he was tired of walking. And you just start driving down the road.
And you hear a rattle.
Get pulled over. Then you find out, holy crap, there's a gun. There's what in here? And you're transporting uranium.
That's right.
Fantastic.
So they found the canister of uranium in the back. Neither the driver, Stephen Jennings, nor his passenger, Rachel Riviera, would provide suitable explanation for it.
I mean, how do you? Because there's no good reason. Like, how did you get it? What are you going to do with it? They're not going to answer that because it's nothing good. You can't talk your way out of that. You can't. That open bottle of booze. See, it's got the cap on. We were at a buddy's. He asked if I wanted it. I was taking it home.
Right.
I'm stone sober. I haven't touched it.
But even then,
if you shouldn't do that anyway, you should put it in the trunk.
You should put it in the trunk because then it's still. So the last quote is, the uranium is the wild card in this situation.
You think?
Says Sergeant Gibbs.
Wow, Sergeant Gibbs.
It happens to be rattlesnake season at the time, so he can be in possession of a rattlesnake because he has a valid lifetime hunting and fishing license.
Okay, I'm fascinated by a few things in that. One, there's a rattlesnake season in Oklahoma.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that.
No. And rattlesnake's delicious. So
it is. It's very tasty.
I'm all for people gathering up rattlesnakes because, one, they'll kill you, and two,
they're vicious little fuckers.
They're delicious. So
and they
get rid of them so they don't kill people, and then eat them. Kill them dead. Two, you said rattlesnake, and I just immediately in my head was a sizzling hot skillet.
I said rattlesnake?
Yeah, the first time. The second time you didn't.
I don't know about
that. But
you
got me excited because I was thinking of a skillet with steak and snake on it. Like a surf and turf, but a turf and turf kind of deal, you know?
Turf and turf.
And now I know what I want for lunch and I have no clue where to go to get it. Maybe Oklahoma.
You may be driving.
You just got to dodge the uranium.
So I did put out a question on our Facebook page.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull it up. What should Randy and I talk about?
Oh, I saw that question and I never checked back.
I did. So, and I'm trying to jump back to it because we are back coming in. Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. Nope. This is loading so slow. I hate Facebook. I'm so glad I'm not on this crap anymore.
Well, while you're loading that, I'll go into one of my stories.
Okay. So I got it here. So we talked about the women's soccer crap. So we had, we're going to do some more news here in a minute, but this news kind of falls under two of the questions that were asked of us. So the first one is, because we mentioned rattlesnake and you heard rattlesteak.
Yes.
And rattlesnake is amazing. It tastes really good.
It does.
But does chicken really taste like everything, and this is Jimmy asking this question.
Yeah.
So does snake taste like chicken, or does chicken taste like rattlesnake? Or does chicken just take on the flavor of whatever you make it, and does rattlesnake have its own flavor? Because I've heard other people say, well, snake tastes like chicken. And I don't think it does.
Here's my theory, Jamuel. I think that any white meat can easily take on any flavor depending on how it's prepared.
Right. I agree with that.
So chicken, like a rattlesnake.
Other than turkey. White meat turkey will not take on another flavor.
Oh, absolutely it will.
I don't think
if you inject it and deep fry it.
Well, now you're modifying.
We inject, like bourbon. I'm talking about, I said how it's prepared.
Okay.
Not if you cook them just straight, like
I'm just talking
on a grill with no seasoning, no nothing.
Maybe some salt.
They're going to taste similar, but I think that most people wouldn't know the difference. I don't think most people will know the difference between wild game and crap they bought at the store if they're not told. Like if I make a stew that has rabbit in it, I don't think the average person is going to know it's rabbit instead of beef or whatever. If it's in a stew mixed in.
If it's in a stew.
But if you're talking just cooking meat straight up, I would say that anything like chicken, that type of meat, does and can taste like chicken, but I think we use the chicken as our staple because it's one of the three most common animals that we consume in America.
Right.
Chicken, pig, and cow are by far the three most consumed as a whole in America. So I think that we say, oh, it tastes like chicken because that's kind of our baseline.
Yeah.
It's what we know. In other parts of the country, they may eat a chicken and be like, oh, this tastes like cat. I don't know.
Tastes like goat.
Tastes like goat. I haven't had goat.
It tastes like it smells.
Goaty.
It tastes
like goat crap.
Yeah.
Like a goat.
That's how goat milk is too.
I think anything it's on how you prepare it too.
Right. So there's that question. Then the next one is, the guy's got the uranium in the back seat.
No, I just pictured a rattle chicken in my head. A chicken with a rattle tail. It's about like, bloop, there's an egg.
Well, they do produce eggs.
All right, sorry. Uranium.
So the guy's got the uranium. So maybe he's preparing for the purge.
Oh, yes.
And that's where the next question came from Lavanya. She said, have you seen The Purge, and do you think it's a good idea or nay, do you have a list? So maybe this guy's preparing for the purge. He's got his uranium. He's ready to knock some people off. He's got his gun. He's going to get liquored up. He's liquored up. He's got his rattlesnake. He's going to throw the rattlesnake at people.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Imagine if somebody pulls a gun on you and you throw a rattlesnake at him. Like, you're going to at least have a split second to either draw your gun or get away.
Right.
You know? Jake the Snake knew what he was doing, walking into the ring with a big old giant. Have I seen The Purge? I have not. I know what The Purge is about. I know the premise. It's 24 hours. Nothing's illegal.
Nothing's illegal. Rape, pillage, and plunder.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
I tried to watch like a couple of them. I'm not a big fan of that style of movie. But I know the premise as well.
And then, so we're being asked if we would partake, if there's so.
Well, have you seen it? Do you think it's a good idea? And do you have a list?
No, it's an awful idea. It's an absolutely awful idea. So many things are illegal now, and crap still happens. Imagine if people were given the green light, knowing there's absolutely no repercussions
for 24 hours.
24 hours of that could tear down society.
Right.
Absolutely awful idea. Somebody could just walk down here and torch everything everybody owns. Imagine everybody having that ability in the whole entire nation.
Well, some people would hide. Like, so in the movie, some people hide in their houses, and then I know that as some of the movies,
somebody comes by and sets it on fire.
Well, some of the movies progress further where they have like armored windows and all these crazy security systems, so people can't get in, and fire suppression and blah blah blah.
You'd have to have an underground bunker.
Yeah, basically. And they get kind of crazy in the movies, like how the protection gets more and more.
It's not a good idea, and I know people get so mad, and the average sane person says a lot of things they would never do. It's just like when people get upset online and act like they're going to fight you. They'd never say anything in person. Or they might say something, but they're never going to act on it. They're not going to shank you. Bunch of freaking keyboard warriors. And, no, it's a terrible idea. I haven't seen it. I don't have a list of things I would do.
Come at me, bro. Come on, bro. I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Keyboard warriors.
Exactly. And the funny thing, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face, man. It's easy to talk.
Mike Tyson.
It's a lot harder once you get hit in the face to keep talking. So, no, The Purge is an awful idea. I don't have a list of things I would do. Like, I don't know of anything that's illegal that I really want to do that bad.
No. I would rather have a time machine.
Like, I might go steal a car I want to drive, but then I'd just give it back the next day probably.
I probably wouldn't give it back.
For me, you know what I would do? If nothing was illegal, I'd do what most people try to do, which would end up in probably me getting killed, and try and steal a bunch of money. I don't want to kill anybody else. I don't care about that. But if I could go steal millions of dollars, I'm good the rest of my life. Then I buy an island, and when the purge happens the next year, I'm not even there.
Yeah, see, I don't have a list.
But the reality is, if that's the way it goes, it's not safe to be outside.
No. Oh, God, no. You would have to be a maniac to be outside.
Yeah, so, no, the purge is...
You've got to be crazy enough to basically be inside, but participate from the inside.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, no, I mean, like, if someone's trying to come in your house, obviously you got to be crazy enough to try to take down, one or two people.
Right.
You have to have that mindset that
I'm not going to be a victim.
I'm not going to be a victim, but be smart enough to not participate in the bullshit going on outside of, dragging somebody down the street by their hair just to beat the shit out of them.
Now let me throw this monkey wrench in the works. What if everybody in the world from birth was able to possess a medallion they can wear around their neck, and that medallion grants them the right to kill one person with no repercussions? Just one. And once you do, you lose your medallion. So, say road rage happens. I've seen it happen in Columbus. Two guys at a light or pull over on the side of the freeway. They step out and they start talking to each other, throwing fisticuffs, right? Well, if one gets out and has the medallion around his neck, does the other one go, this guy's legally allowed to kill me and have no repercussions. He has nothing to lose. I'm going to get back in my car.
Right.
That would be a weird society to live in, too.
That would.
The other thing...
Now, if both guys have medallions...
Right. Well, I'm just saying, if the guy, say you're the guy and you step out, it's irrelevant if you do.
Right.
But if the other guy does, he can kill you and just drive home. Turn in his medallion, there's mine, and I'm done.
Yeah.
The flip side is, if he doesn't have one, he's already killed, so he's already past that. The thing that messes with a lot of soldier stuff, or people that have had to defend themselves, or people that have killed, it can mess with them mentally.
Right.
He's already experienced that. So on the flip side, if he kills again, he can go to jail, but he's done it before.
Right. He could do it again.
And I forget why I thought of that. There's somebody years ago, I was in a discussion, we kind of talked about the premise of being able to kill one person. And I was like, if it was publicly apparent that a person walking near you was allowed to kill you, what would that be like? So I just pictured like a medallion, like a shiny medallion on your neck. Like, here's your one free pass. And if everybody got one of those, how would society be different? And then you could talk about that for
you go
however long you want to. So, listeners, email us at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com and tell us what you think society would be like if we were all allowed to kill one person. Getting twisted.
That's awful.
It is. It's weird to think about, ain't it?
It is.
We're so used to our first world, quote unquote, first world country that we don't even fathom the fact that people just get killed in other parts of the world.
Oh, no.
With no repercussions, like we know it happens, but it's not something we deal with.
Right. So,
anyway, what other questions we got?
That's it.
Or are we going back to news?
That's it. Those are the only two questions.
Back to news.
We're back to news. So who knows?
Let me read you one here from Berkeley.
Who knows what's going to happen to this guy? So,
and the most I know about Berkeley is that Jenny went to UC Berkeley in Forrest Gump, if I remember right.
Okay.
Headline: Gender-specific language like manhole banned from city codes in Berkeley. They're trying to replace some terms with gender-neutral words in the city code. Just in the code.
Right.
It's not printed anywhere. So she and he will replace with they. The words manpower and manhole will become workforce and maintenance hole. And I gotta be real honest.
I gotta go down the maintenance hole.
Let me get in that maintenance hole. It's the first thing I thought of. I gotta get down in that maintenance hole.
Gotta get all up in that.
So yeah, the city council unanimously passed the measure to replace more than 24 commonly used terms. There will be no more craftsmen. It's going to be craftspeople or artisans.
All right, this shit's going too far.
Well, it's Berkeley.
I don't care. Like, the whole label thing is going a little too far. Stop labeling me.
The sponsor of the ordinance is Councilman Rigel, R-I-G-E-L, Rigel Robinson. Guess how old Rigel is?
Probably 22.
23. He's a recent graduate of UC Berkeley.
And he doesn't like being labeled.
He says his time in college expanded his awareness of gender issues. Manhole's offensive.
No, it's not.
Time for a maintenance hole.
I don't believe it is.
His maintenance hole in a bunch.
I don't think that manhole is offensive.
The last line of this article says everything I'm feeling. Robinson, I'm going to call him Riggle, just because Riggle says critics suggested the council spend time on more important matters.
Yeah.
Agreed. You do not need to be wasting time thumbing through city code looking for manhole or any craftsman.
Yeah, this is stupid. What a waste of council time, taxpayer money, everything.
I don't care.
I mean, it doesn't affect us, but this whole label, don't label me. I'm not a he, I'm not a she. You came out as a gender. Now, whether or not you want to be a guy or a girl as you're growing up or after you're an adult, I could care less one way or another.
Yeah.
But
I like if you want to see good gender discussion, look at Ben Shapiro fielding questions about the 63 genders.
I know.
Because he's phenomenal in his responses.
Fucking Apple just released 72 new emoji icons for straight, gay, lesbian, trans in 5 different races. for their phone.
I mean, whatever. They're a private company. They can do what they want. But
I know, but that's a little crazy.
That's a lot of money put into paying somebody to develop.
Right.
All that just so somebody that doesn't like the term manhole doesn't get their manhole offended.
Right.
Jeez.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about Berkeley. California also a couple weeks ago, there's an article where they're trying to make it illegal for you to work on your own car in your own garage.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, what do we expect?
Well,
California and Florida are crazy in totally different ways.
So they just recently had some major earthquake. Like 500 earthquakes, I think is what I read when it all said and done. When it was all said and done, like aftershocks and everything else, I think it totaled out.
There's all kinds of upset manholes out there.
Probably.
Just
I hope there is.
Loose. Just all kinds of loose manholes.
Falling in and collapsing and prolapsed. But
got them prolapsed maintenance holes everywhere.
This could be the big one. I'm hoping for the big one that California just slides off into the ocean. They want to succeed. It's just going to tilt
at a very steep degree, and all its residents are just going to slip right down in there.
Just
be like the Titanic when it was going up, people were just sliding down it.
Yep. They want to be their own country. Let's just make them their own tiny little island.
I'm still waiting for Bugs Bunny to cut Florida off like he did in the old cartoon.
Oh, that'd be great.
Just take a handsaw and chop Florida off and push it in the ocean.
Let's do that with California too. Just
that's fine. I was going to say let's do it with Texas, but it'd be hard to get them into the ocean.
No.
I don't have anything against Texas necessarily, but there's some different kind of crazy in Texas.
I love the different kind of crazy in Texas also.
I feel like that's one place where they're like, all of them believe the purge would be great for society.
Some cases.
I've got some family down there. I absolutely love them. Good, sane people, but there's also some craziness.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Of course, I guess in Oklahoma things are getting kinky too.
They got uranium.
Uranium rattlesnakes down there. All right. Oh yeah, I'll have the number 4 rattlesnake, medium, and a glass of uranium to go, please.
Ugh. All right, next story. This one, ugh. All right. So, I'm not going to ask you what state this in because it's not anything crazy. It's more of a disgusting. All right. And boom.
Probably Alabama then.
Nope. Tick lodged in Kentucky man's eyeball made popping sound when doctors pull it off.
Oh, don't do this
dude
grossness.
Had a tick.
Do you have a sound clip?
I wish I did. There's no.
How are they going to do this and not have a sound clip?
Well, I thought there was a video, but this dude had a tick on his eyeball.
Huh. There's a picture of it.
There's a picture.
Hard to see.
So I was hoping there'd be a video right here, but they did. Well, I say right here. You guys can't see this. It's for Randy. I was hoping there'd be a video further on down the article.
Look at this with your ears real quick.
That's right. There's a bigger picture where they magnified everything in the article. And there's a tick right there on his eyeball. Just gross. Hanging out. It's tiny little tick, too. It's like a baby tick. So, that's going on in the world. We got ticks.
And we got diesel.
So, and then I also saw where I think it was Congress, they have basically subpoenaed the Pentagon to prove that the Pentagon did not release altered ticks to the public. As basically like testing them out for warfare of carrying like Lyme disease.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. I think the government does so much crap that some of it's real outlandish. I think tinfoil hat crap.
Right.
But then you get into the things, and I listen to a lot of different podcasts, and I go down rabbit holes of conspiracy theories just because they intrigue me. But when you think of like MK Ultra and
the Manhattan Project,
there's so much that the government has done that's now been proven, and still nothing happens. Nobody's held responsible for it.
No,
but we all just get to sit there and accept the fact that we're guinea pigs.
Right.
We are property.
It's only getting worse as far as that goes too. I mean, look at there's a whole, actually, we'll get into that here in a little bit.
In the bucket.
What do you got as your next story?
My next story, let's see if you can guess what state this headline's from. Police caution against flushing drugs due to Alabama meth gators. As you walk around.
Alabama.
Good guess. So, here's what was funny, right? So I read the headline. Of course, I click on the article because why wouldn't I? The first line about the Alabama meth gator says, a police department in Tennessee used the recent arrest of a guy who unsuccessfully tried to flush some meth down the toilet to proverbially dunk on a fellow embarrassing headlines generator, i.e. the increasingly harrowing state of Alabama. Police department took to the arguable social media graveyard service known as Facebook over the weekend to announce the arrest of a man in question. The department shared the message warning not to emulate the hasty flush methods utilized with diminished results, randomly mocking Alabama for what they characterized as a recent uptick in meth up animals. So, long story short, people up north start flushing their drugs to hide them, get rid of them. Water flows down south. Animals partake.
Awesome.
And the whole time I'm reading this article, it just talks about, I mean, you can Google it, but they're talking about being a joke and all this, and then the police are like, there's ducks, geese, and other fowl frequent the treatment ponds, and we shudder to think what one all hyped up on meth will do.
Well, birds are assholes anyway.
So I'm just picturing, well, the geese are jerks, but ducks are usually pretty chill. Ducks pretty much keep to themselves.
For the most part, yeah.
Ducks fly together. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
Yeah.
But I'm picturing one of these meth up ducks just tripping balls, flying around Alabama, doing random, like, delinquent acts. Delinquent?
Delinquent.
That's not the word I was looking for. What the heck was that, mouth?
I don't know.
Brain. Furthermore, if it made it far enough, we could create meth gators in Shoal Creek in the Tennessee River down in North Alabama. They've had enough meth up animals in the past few weeks without our help. This is an active problem down there. This is what happens when you live so far south that you start going, hey, cousin, you look pretty hot. You have to deal with the Ancestry.com and methed up birds and gators. I don't get why do listeners from Alabama, Florida, email us at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com and tell us why the hell you want to live there. Meth gators. I have family and friends in Florida. I don't think they listen.
I mean, I know why I want to go to Florida, because it's not Ohio.
Yeah, I want to go to Florida and see the meth animals fighting each other.
But now I want to start an animal fighting ring
Would you
with
rather
meth
fight
gators.
1 methed up gators or 20 methed up ducks?
20 methed up ducks.
Yeah. Gators are scary.
Gators got teeth.
Lots of them. And he's all angry because he ain't got no toothbrush to brush them with. That's where you're going on it. Oh, man.
Got me. Watched Waterboy last night.
So some of the tweets. This should be the new mascot for a university down there. Think of how terrifying it would be to play the South Alabama Meth Gators. Big advantage. Oh, man. Don't let Sci-Fi Now get hold of this. It'll be the new Sharknado movie. This hashtag Meth Gator, if you guys want to read some of these.
But they already have, like, what is it? Octoshark or Sharktopus.
I don't know.
Is that like some movie on Sci-Fi, and they've already done like crossovers where they've done hybrid animals. So
some wildlife guy
is
basically
right up their
said,
alley.
We don't really have this problem, but I still like to think of you fighting 20 methed up ducks down in Alabama.
It would just be me flailing like
as
this.
a cousin tries to marry you.
I don't have any cousins.
Oh, no, wait, Alabama's sister. West Virginia, Kentucky's cousins. Farther south you go, the closer the sibling relation.
Either way, that shit wouldn't happen. And
Your sister lives in Florida.
But I wouldn't be trying to marry her.
You guys could team up and fight meth ducks together.
We'd just be like action heroes fighting meth ducks.
Hi, Sarah. I'm sure she listens to every episode. She loves us that much.
She's up in D.C. right now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jose got deployed. So
D.C.
She had to go up to D.C. for that.
That's the District of Columbus.
Yeah. I was going to say cocaine,
District of Cocaine.
Because they have a cocaine problem.
They have cocaine gators.
In
Washington, D.C.
So everyone, we have, how many branches of armed services we have? We have the Marines, Navy, the Army, the Navy,
Air Force,
Coasties, and the Coast Guard.
Right.
Everybody gives Coast Guard shit.
Yeah. The biggest reason that I heard when I was always vacationing around Marines, when my brother-in-law was, I've talked about before, he's on Lejeune. We'd go down there and spend a week, see our nephews and our niece. And, Marine, the old jarheads, especially, they're all infantry. Most of the ones that he's infantry.
Yep.
His neighbors, obviously, some of them more like motor T and different jobs, mechanics, clerical, whatever.
Yeah.
All kinds of different jobs in the Corps. Well, of course, Marine infantry are known as like the best military fighters in the world.
Or
like outside of like
professional
Navy SEALs,
bullet stoppers.
But yeah, spray and pray. Well, he's mortarman, so he's like dropping in the tube and blow something up 500 yards away, 5 miles away, however far he launched him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so in the morale, I mean, the gusto these guys have to this day, and the brotherhood cause his brother-in-law was also in, and then one of his closest friends lives in Cleveland that he was in with down there, and they were neighbors. These guys, the brotherhood they share is like unreal.
Right.
It's insane. If you ask them about Coast Guard, they'll laugh.
Right.
Because these are guys that were in Iraq sleeping. It was, 90 degrees when they're sleeping. They were shivering because it was 145 during the day, and it dropped so quick, and they've dug out little holes in the sand and slept in them. They've been on patrol.
Right.
I know Drew was on, I think he went to Iraq twice and Afghanistan once or something, but they've been through stuff.
Right.
And they've come back, thankfully, and they've lived through stuff most of us will never know. They look at the Coast Guard and go, sweet, you go on a little pleasure cruise every day and then go back home. You live in an apartment, you stay. It's kind of like how they are when they were living on base here on the States.
And you would think that's the case, but the Coast Guard's job is to watch the surrounding waters around the U.S.
Right. Watch the coast.
That's their job.
Guard the coast.
And everybody thinks, these guys, all they do is float around on boats and save people floating in from Cuba. This guy jumps on the back of a sub, bangs on the hull, and tells them in Spanish to get the fuck out.
Open the hatch. We here. That was phenomenal. I love this video.
Like, I wanted to go into the Coast Guard, and it did not happen for me. Other circumstances. But this is the type of shit that
It's because your ginormous member kept getting in the way.
I wish that was the case. But this is the shit that I would have been doing or would have trained to do. Like my goal was
what everybody wants to do.
Well, my goal was to be a pilot, to be a helicopter pilot.
EOD, so, and that was back before the Hurt Locker and all that stuff.
But this guy, they pull up beside this sub, and when I say sub, it's not a true go underwater type of sub. It's more of a submersible boat,
semi-submersible. Yeah, the top stays.
The top stays above the water so that there's less radar.
It's very
traffic.
It's not
noticeable.
Sticking 60 feet in the air off the water.
Right. So this guy, they pull up beside it. They're yelling in Spanish at this sub.
Moving.
It's
creating some waves.
They're creating a wake, and one of the guardsmen just hops on. He's like, I'm doing it. Get closer. He hops on and just starts banging on the hull, and he's like, get out. They got, what is it? It's right here. They pulled 17,000 pounds of cocaine.
I saw the video. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they knew it was a drug sub.
17,000 pounds.
17,000 pounds of cocaine and $232 million inside this 40-foot sub.
You know what? That whole crew deserves a little kickback from that.
Just a little stick the knife in the cocaine.
Well, I wasn't going there. I was thinking more financially because these guys all get paid by grade, and that guy got paid the same as somebody that is back on shore, like eating a hot dog.
Right.
That's the same rank as him.
Right.
That's awesome.
So this is the type of shit that I was going or wanted to go do
$232 million
was basically stop drug running.
Inside a 40-foot sub.
Right. So here's another homemade sub. They're all homemade subs that the cartel makes.
I make subs at home. They're delicious.
We call those heroes.
Yeah, I don't. I call them subs.
Sandwiches. Sandwich.
You go to Subway, not Hero Way.
Yeah. I don't go to Subway. It's the McDonald's of disgusting subs.
I agree. It's delicious.
But they have, so they're called narco subs, and they're basically home-built subs by the cartel to do these things, run back and forth, and the Coast Guard is constantly trying to stop them. But I saw this video the other day, and I'm like,
the incident took place in international waters. The Coast Guard was able to intervene since the sub in question was not flying any country's flag.
Right.
So they're like, you're in international waters, you're not repping a country, we're coming in.
We're coming to jump on you. And this actually, I think, took place down closer towards Mexico, like way off the coast of U.S. So this is...
Well, it had to be way off if it's in international waters.
You go a mile out off the coast and you're in international waters, no matter where you're at in the U.S. But this was outside of the U.S. borders. Like, so these guys are staying on a ship. They're not coming home every night. But I thought this was a really cool story.
Well, it's like that. What was that one movie about the Coast Guard? Came out 5 or 6 years ago or whatever.
So I don't know if this video will play or not. Of course, it froze up on the big screen.
We can hear it, though, and I've seen it.
Yeah. But I'll post the video on the page because it's kind of, he's basically like, I got your ass, stop. And then the dude just is like, I'm going for it, and hops on. It's crazy. Love it. You got another story?
I was looking up the Coast Guard movie.
Oh, okay.
With Ashton Kutcher.
Kevin
Costner. It's called The Guardian. That's what it was. I remember liking that movie.
So I do have...
I don't know if it was great, but...
So we can talk about the storming of Area 51. Oh. Have you heard about that?
Dude, you're not on Facebook. The memes that have come out
they're crazy. I know all about the memes. Hilarious. I've seen some of the stuff on Reddit, and actually I'd have to go find it again. There was, the Air Force did an actual training for the NATO whatever that they're talking about. Yeah. It's based on a Japanese cartoon of how this guy runs. He runs with his chest
Naruto.
out. Naruto. Okay. Yeah.
Where they had to show it.
The Air Force actually did training on how this guy runs and how they expect, if people are going to raid Area 51, how they're expecting them to.
You're going to have 47 LARPers.
Right.
And furries showing up there in costume trying to raid Area 51.
So do you know how all this stuff happened? Like how...
Well, I remember the event started off that there was a big public event made, and it said,
"But do you know how that started?"
No, somebody made a thing. I don't.
That all started from Joe Rogan had the guy from S4. Why can't I think of his name from the 80s?
No clue.
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. So he had this guy. He had a guy on. There's a documentary on YouTube about him. Him and Jeremy. Fuck, man, this memory loss thing sucks.
You should write down notes before we start.
I probably should, but this just came to my head that we should talk about this. Shit.
Now you're trying to stand up and use laptop
and use a mic and type and do all this other stuff at the same time.
No wonder your back hurts. You're twisting yourself like a pretzel.
I need an assistant that can do all this stuff for us. So.
If you'd like to be an assistant on the Buckhorn podcast, email us at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com. We will pay you in nothing.
Nothing. We'll pay you nothing.
High fives and occasional sips of bourbon.
And we'll give you a microphone, and you can be on the show as well.
And when Martelle says something like, "Hey, did you hear about the Area 51 raid?" and he mentions Joe Rogan, your job is to quickly Google this. So when he goes, Jeremy, you can just say
Jeremy McGillen.
You can say Jeremy McGillen,
which is not his name, but
McGillicuddy. Jeremy Corbell.
Jeremy Corbell. There, Bob Lazar. That's his name. So Bob Lazar was on Rogan.
I remember that song. Bob Lazar. Na 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 na. Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar.
Good.
Ooh, baby.
Nice.
Ooh, baby.
Wow.
Your face.
Sometimes I wish more in shock. More in shock. But Bob Lazar, back in the 80s, worked at...
Isn't that a Pokemon?
No.
Bob Lazar?
It could be. He's like a blob.
All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. Can't get through a goddamn segment.
It's too early.
So Bob Lazar used to work for the U.S. government at S4, which is south of Area 51.
What's his name?
Jeremy Corbell created a documentary over all of this. And Mr. Lazar.
This is the guy that came out and said crap is happening.
Yeah, all this stuff's happening and everybody didn't believe him. But then like the hand scanner came out that he said that he was using that everybody said didn't exist. And then all of a sudden,
so now
8 years later, here's this hand scanner that everybody said didn't exist.
Right.
So, and he was working on I think it was the propulsion system for a UFO. So he was on Joe Rogan and Joe jokingly said, we should just get like 1 million people together and just all run towards Area 51. They can't take us all out.
Nice.
So this,
way to go, Joe.
Well, and joking, it's all in jest.
I know he's being dumb and then everybody.
So a guy named Matty, that's it. That's his name. His name's we'll call him Matty Roberts. I was close. I was going to call him Rogers. Matty Roberts creates a Facebook event.
Okay.
Storm Area 51 as a joke based on what he heard. And he went public with it and said, at first it was 50 people one day. And then like day 2, it was like 200 people. Day 3, it was like 500 people. Day 4, it was 5,000 people. Day 5, we're at 1 million people. He was like, that's when shit got out of hand.
Yeah.
He's like, so I had to come, he's like, I wanted to come public and be like, before like people in black suits show up at my house asking me why I'm doing this. He's like, it was a joke, complete joke, nothing serious. I heard it, heard Rogan did this.
Yeah, just did it be funny.
A joke, it'd be
Probably
funny.
thought his friends would see it.
Right. And then he goes, it got blown completely out of proportion.
But where it got real crazy was the first thing I saw was a little tick about the event, but then I saw a Chuck Norris selfie.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. And then The Rock.
And then The Rock.
2 hours later, I saw The Rock, and then it just all these celebrities went nuts. Betty White was my favorite.
Keanu Reeves.
It was awesome.
Well, I saw a meme of Chuck Norris, like I'm in, and Keanu Reeves said, yeah, let's do this. And then someone just posted underneath like, U.S. government, you're fucked. You got Chuck Norris and John Wick coming for you. It's like,
my favorite
damn.
one, just because I'm a fan of The Office, you had, and I'm just going to use their character names because that's what they were all acting like. One was Dwight saying, you think this will be the first time a shrew hasn't infiltrated a secret government base? And then Michael Scott said, I've got your back or something like that. And he said, Andy, Jim, you in? And then Andy said, do. And then Jim comes on and just goes, nope. It's like, oh man, it's all awesome.
But it's,
all these celebrities get in on it is so funny because you don't see that out of people. They're
typically
people.
Typically it's, and they don't even like
the
with
comedians
things like
you
this.
see that from, the funnier ones, but you don't see it from
your everyday
Chuck
celebrity.
Norris.
Right. So
it's just
the memes
Keanu Reeves, he doesn't really put himself out there a lot.
No.
He does a ton of charity stuff.
But you never hear about it.
You never hear about it. He takes the bus.
Right.
He walks on a public bus sometimes and sits down. It's just, but to see them getting in on it is hilarious to me.
So it's gotten
what Rogan's thinking of now seeing all these
he's already commented. He's like,
I'm sure he has.
He's like, I didn't think it was, he's like, I'm not doing this. He was like, don't do this. This is stupid. He's like, just don't do it.
Well, when I saw it, it was like, I think it was like 1,000 something people. It was like, they can't stop us all. I was like, no, they most certainly can.
Oh, no,
they can nuke the whole country.
They can stop all of you.
They will absolutely stop us all.
They can stop you.
You can run up there you can even run up there with guns. They have bombs.
They
have drones that drop bombs.
Right. They have more ammunition than you do.
Oh goodness, I don't even want to think about it.
They got laser guns that don't need to be reloaded.
There is a company now that's selling flame-throwing drones though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Maybe we should just Just see a bunch of drones flying in, wrecking into each other, burning each other up.
A bunch of idiots.
All these Naruto runners underneath them. It's like the nerdiest army ever.
So all of the businesses along the whatever the Area 51 highway, the interterrestrial highway or whatever they're calling it, they're all like gearing up for all of these people
just storming
to show
down.
up, to show up and stay the night. Like one person's she's cleared off 30 acres for campers behind her shop.
They're going to try and cash in on it.
Oh, they're cashing in on it, absolutely. They have come out and said they're like, we're completely against this, but if you don't think I'm cashing in on this, you're insane.
Get ready.
So I'm curious. I'm ready.
Smelliest basement dwellers trying to raid the most secret government base that we know of.
Right. I'm ready for live feeds.
We don't know about the Maldives. Exactly.
Right.
So I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately that got me thinking.
I'm ready for live feeds of this.
Oh, I can't wait.
Like I'm going to stop
I might have like a viewing party
to watch just to watch it go down.
Get some popcorn ready.
Yeah. Ew. No, not popcorn.
Oh, I love popcorn.
Disgusting.
You know, it's funny. We went to the movies last night and a large popcorn was basically $10. And I was sitting there thinking, I love like hot dogs. When we were golfing Tuesday, I ate 2 hot dogs. Delicious. They were cheap, run of the mill, average, bought at Kroger, wherever hot dogs.
$2 hot dog, $1 water. I don't eat them at
home a lot.
No.
You go to a ballpark, go watch a baseball game, I will slam hot dogs. Out golfing, 36 holes, slam 2 hot dogs.
It's because they're 2 for $1.
Different. Well, it's just different. Like I don't eat them at home. It's like an event thing, I guess. Yeah. Same with popcorn. Popcorn's not something I sit at home and crave. But when you're at the theaters and you smell it and everything, I didn't buy one, but I kind of wanted to. Now they have gourmet popcorn.
Usually when we go to the theater, I have to buy popcorn.
Gourmet. Ugh. Yeah, they have like flavored popcorn. Full bar in AMC too now.
Yeah, they do. Some of them have full service.
Huge line.
Where you sit down and they come and
I've had that before.
Serve you. That. Which is ridiculous too. I don't need a seat where I can lean back and fall asleep during the movie.
I do. It's hard to fall asleep sitting up.
Don't fall asleep.
I pay $15 to fall asleep, basically.
Yeah, no.
I did it during Lion King. I just started to doze once, but I was good.
Ugh.
Good movie.
All right.
Have some quinoa and L.A. Crocs, getting my movie on. Wear my Sperry's.
Boat shoes.
Yep.
All right. Shutting this down. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitters.
Google, Tweetstagram.
You can send us an email at
buckhornpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. Very good,
I got your
Randy.
back today.
Very good.
It's like we're a team or something.
I know, right?
We could raid Area 51 ourselves.
So like, share, subscribe, follow us, do all that fancy shit.
Interact with us.
Yeah. We like
Answer our questions. Do what we demand of you for free.
Tell us what you like and what you dislike. Share it with a friend.
And we'll tell you how little we care.
Or I'll tell you how much I love you. Share it with a friend. Share with a neighbor. Share.
Share it with your mom.
If you want to be on the show.
Your sister if you're in Alabama.
Reach out and maybe I'll let you be on the show. But you have to travel at your own expense.
He is inviting people into his home.
I'm inviting people onto the show. We might do it out in the backyard.
I was going to say, that could be sketchy. They still know where you live.
Hey, they'll be vetted.
And then when the purge comes,
they'll be vetted.
You will be
not letting anybody just on the show.
Because that could end up very bad.
That'll be horrible.
There are a few people I know that listen that I don't know.
Well, like I said, I'm not letting just anybody on the show.
But if you're our one listener in Japan or Ireland and you want to be on the show, fly on over.
Fly over.
We'll set up in a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Drink some frappy rainbow unicorn-y
things. Anyway, we're out. We'll talk to you later.
We'll talk at you later.
That too. I'm Martelle. He's Randy.
Peace.
Pinkies up.
Peace. Check. Yeah.
Hey, no, we're not doing this. In or out?
Somebody got in trouble.
In or out? You're in.
urine.
Smart diapers. Pampers gets into smart diapers with Lumi. Ugh. That sounds like a shitty device.
But